Good evening, classmates. This is my presentation on Roller Girl by Victoria Jaminson. It has 242 pages in it. It is a graphic novel. I'm going to roll this around. Wait a minute. I guess I'm going to do it this way. The publisher is by Penguin Publishing, and it really never stated a creative team on it. Like I said, it is a graphic novel, and it has 12 acts in it. The story is about a young girl that is being bullied and finds solace in a local roller derby club and wants to join it, and works and strives against her parents' will to live out her dream of being a roller derby girl. She goes undercover and everything to achieve her dream, but ultimately it is to empower young girls to fight back positively and not to listen to other people. The characters include a young girl that her roller derby name is Rainbow, that she eventually changes to Asteroids, and her best friend is named, I'm thinking it's Michelle, but let me, I'm not 100% sure, but let me her best friend here, right here. Like I said, I'm just showing you glimpses of the pages, not to give it all away. It's a very good graphic novel. She basically starts out, she's getting bullied and goes to a roller derby camp, roller derby event, and really longs to be in the sport, and finds a local roller derby camp, and against her mother's better wishes, because her mother doesn't believe in aggression, she decides that she's going to pursue it. At the end of the story, she did, however, lie to her mother and tell that her best friend was going after school, and when her best friend's mother did not confirm it, she got in a lot of trouble. But in the end, her mother did agree to let her go to this camp, and she did actually compete. And she only did it one time, but it was enough that she really fell in love with the sport. I think Asteroid had a really solid arc. She started out in the beginning of the story, like I said, being bullied, which makes you timid, afraid, and by the end of it, she was very daring, courageous, strong, and ready to take on the whole her bullying and better her situation, and maybe even learn a moral lesson in it about lying and telling to get what you want, to further yourself, because it never really works. I think her arc is the main one that is the focus. Her friend has somewhat of an arc, but it's not really a big arc. The story does have effective transitions. As a reader, I could easily identify that she was going from the school to a going from the school to an effective roller derby rink to a practice. It was very easily stated that it was very artistically inclined. The story does make use of a mini comic. It's set up into very small windows, so you can easily read it. I believe the story did transition very well. It was very easy to go from point A to point B to point C to point D, and easy to follow the character's journey, which kept it interesting for me. I do recommend this story. I recommend it to actually any young teenage girl that is feeling bullied, feeling pressured. It's a very solid story. It's not a fluffy fairy tale princess story. It's a very solid it is a very solid story, and it's a very go after your own dreams, don't let nobody stop you kind of dream. I would recommend it to my classmates. I mean, it's very fun. It's very cute. It's not really an adult story, but you can read it and make it out to be an adult story if you wanted to. It doesn't have a whole lot of action in it. It doesn't have violence, but the message behind it is very strong and very powerful. I think a fun fact with this story is it has all the roller derby names. The writer actually went out and met real roller derbyists and used their names. So I thought that was a very fun fact. I would recommend it, and I hope you enjoy this story. I'm gonna flash it over once again so you can actually see it. It's on my Kindle, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a good night. Thank you.